would love to be him because Justin would still be on the team and I would just fucking get fired. But um, yeah, it's gonna be tough. And when I take my feelings out of it, I do think the smart play for him, the smart play to save his job, to keep him getting paid as the GM of the Chicago Bears and building his resume would be to take Caleb, and that'll extend him 2 to 3 years. Justin, you're basically locked in with him, and you get fired if he's not good. And if he is good, you got to pay him 200 million, $250 million, and
Oh, you're
you're
gonna have to pay him more than that.
yeah. Oh well, it depends how good he is. I don't. Again, if he's the 11th best quarterback, maybe you get him for a similar to Danny Dimes deal. You know what I mean? Um, but it's a tough situation, and keeping Justin is the toughest part of it because you're basically all in on next season, and that's a tough place to be in with basically no security. You know what I mean? Because let's say Justin gets hurt. Let's say Justin was playing good and he gets hurt. Like you're fired. Like
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
So like his only safe play is because like I said, if you draft Caleb, anything can happen. Caleb could suck. He could get hurt, and you're safe.
Let me ask you this before we get off here. What if I'm just throwing this scenario out there? Tell me what you think. You draft Caleb Williams number one. He sits behind Kirk Cousins for 2 years.
In my ideal, I don't know about 2 years, but in my head, if we really were gonna get Caleb, I would like to do something like that. I would like to break the cycle of just doing it, throwing these guys out to the wolves and just letting them fend for themselves. I think it would be smart to get somebody like Kirk Cousins and throw him out there. You know, and even if it's for half a year, Kirk Cousins gets hurt every year, but um, it for some guys it's good to sit. For most guys, I think it's good to sit. Patrick Mahomes says all the time it was great for him to sit and learn and see all this stuff. Uh, Watch the offense from the outside instead of being in the middle of it and seeing where these guys are missing things and things like that. That's why I was saying before where you were like, oh, you can't sit behind an average quarterback. I don't think you're necessarily learning from Justin Fields. You could be learning from his mistakes. Like a bum can teach you something. He'll teach you what not to fucking do. Like, you know what I mean? He might not teach you what to do, but you can learn like if the bum tells you his life story, you know not to do what the fuck he just did. And it could be something similar to that. Or like I guess you can't keep Justin and Caleb at the same time. I don't that just doesn't work.
Yeah, probably
Um
not.
my perfect scenario is you keep Justin, you draft JJ McCarthy, somebody like that, Bo Nix, Joe Milton, um, somebody in the second, third, fourth round. We like Shane Waldron. You tell Shane Waldron, hey, your job is to, you know what I mean, take Justin to the next level, but you give this fucking kid a clipboard and he's in your back pocket. And if Justin doesn't pan out, we got some other young guy, up and coming guy, and you build some sort of a culture, like a system where it's the next man up and they're okay. Like the Bears just never feel, I never feel like the Bears have a next man up scenario where like, and on multiple levels, on multiple positions, people get hurt. Where our season's just fucked, and we don't
Yeah,
have anybody. We never have any young guy waiting in the wings to step in who's got any kind of appeal. Um, and I would like to have that. So, thanks. My ideal scenario is you keep Justin, you go get JJ McCarthy, second round, Joe Milton, somebody. I think that puts pressure on Justin. Um, it kind of gives the Ryan Poles a contingency plan because let's say Justin sucks and you're like, all right, these last 5 games we're going to put JJ out there and he plays okay. Maybe that saves your job because you drafted him. I don't know. But I'm getting tired of the back and forth because it's gotten to the point where if you like Caleb, you got to bash Justin. And there's a lot of things that I think Justin could have done better. And he was
oh, it's
underwhelming. And
it's it is civil war amongst
yeah,
Bears fans. I have
I had
never
higher
seen it.
expectations for Justin. And I'm not saying he played perfectly, but I'm a fan of the game. I watched a lot of them, and I don't think it was all his fault. Yes, he could have played better, as could everybody else on the team. But I don't think you have to shit on Justin to, you know what I mean, because you want Caleb Williams or whatever. And I think it's trashing the kid for, like I said, he got put in a position to lose, and yes, he didn't overcome it, and we wanted to see him overcome it. Some quarterbacks do, but to shit on him when he was just doing his best, and he wasn't I like I said, I never thought he was terrible. I think he was mediocre. He was a slightly below average. He was a below average. I won't say slightly. He was a below average passer, above average runner, and I think that puts you at average in the NFL. Running is a part of being a quarterback now. The MVP is a running quarterback who threw for 1,000 less yards than fucking Jared Goff. Like and nobody's out here talking about how Jared Goff's better than him.
Well, that's all I got.
Yeah, not much. Hopefully next week we'll have a DC to talk about. But all right, I'll see you next week. Please
Don't
comment.
forget to
I will
comment,
keep.
like, subscribe.
Yeah, I will keep the clips up. You guys been really interactive with those. And I will talk to you next week, buddy.
Yes, sir.